was not restricted to the first year of the last administration. Of course, you didn't get me properly. The things I said were things that happened in the first year of the former administration. By June, the first year of the administration, 16 billion had gone missing. Have you forgotten? In that very year, the 4600 million we're talking about here were being erected, were completed and painted. There was allegation of corruption from the very onset. So we were not unfairly just opposing the excesses of the past administration. We did so knowing that people tried to draw into question the record of the first year of this administration to that. And that's what I said, there can be no comparison because we are moving the country in a different direction. And they decided to take the country in a direction that plunged it into backwardness when foreign missions would write press releases and declare the government as irresponsible. These are things that happened in the first year. We discussed in the first year of the administration when to the 8,400 civil service salary I got to be top up. In the first year of their administration, they were always civil servants for 4 or 5 months. They couldn't pay. So I respected my comparison or my response to the first year. And I knew exactly what I was doing. George Mumbo talked about what is government doing to educate truck drivers and pedestrians alike on incidences that will constantly lead to accidents or what have you. The police presence across the urban area of the country has increased. And the police presence is meant to regulate non-criminal behavior. If there are people who decide to be willfully violent and don't respect public order, you can't blame that on the government or you can't blame it on the police. What we can say to you is that truck drivers have to be very mindful of the speed limits in these areas. Because this is not the first time, it is not the second time. It keeps happening. So they have to be mindful of the speed limit. The police will constantly conduct what they call roadworthiness inspection to ensure that vehicles that are applying the streets, the public space, are roadworthy. These are all steps that are intended to ensure public safety. But it goes without saying that if something goes wrong, it does not give another person the right to take the wrong action. So yes, we ask that heavy-duty drivers be mindful of the speed limit because they are pedestrians. Even the motorcyclists themselves, they have to be mindful. Trocon from Spoon FM said I only pointed out the excesses of the past administration. I didn't talk about what the government has done or some of the excesses in the government. Of course, there have been 1 or 2 instances of corruption in this government. But the reason why it doesn't overshadow the overall good or performances of the government is because the president took swift action. We all know what happened at LRRC. The president did not sit supinely to watch people occupy the public space without doing anything. When it was raised by the public that money intended to repatriate Liberians from Ghana to Liberia was misapplied, the president moved with swiftness, suspended the head and his 3 deputies for time indefinite and subjected them to an LCC investigation. We all know the story about Amuda. No corruption. Error of judgment. Government has to buy a car above selling price. You bought a car. Did the president condone that? So the president has led by example. Asset declaration, for example. What has the president done? The president instructed all his officials. And that 10-day ultimatum expired. I want you, the journalists, to go to the LCC and ask them to publish the updated list.
The drug test.
When the list is published, and see whether the official who declared asset will still occupy a position. We talk about drug. It's a major problem for our country. What did the president do? He, a vice president, officials of the legislature, being subjected to drug tests. These are things that never happened in the first year of our administration. We all know that I told President we are almost a year to declare assets. It took President we are a matter of days after he took over to declare assets. So the response to the unbalanced comparison that people are making out there was well thought through. We're in a country that I can ask, I plead with Liberians not to be forgetful because the memory is still fresh. When this country passport were in the hands of criminals, when sanction was reigning like manna from heaven, why would you even want to initiate a conversation that will remind Liberians of the bitter past? Because this country under the former administration was a stigma in the eye of the international community. We were need for America in this ancient time to sanction the office of the president, the man who runs the office of the president. And you want to compare that government that was more like a kleptocracy to a government that has qualified the country for the second compact, to a government that has initiated several accountability procedures, a government that is supportive of the anti-graft institution. You know how many other reports the GSA have conducted? No auditor would die. No auditor would die. Because we have to run the country in conformity with best practices. 4 auditors die in 8 days. What step did President we have to take when he issued the report and said the 25 million that Samuel 12 took down Broad Street for mobile exercise was misapplying? What did he do? He didn't do anything because he was complicit in the act. In the case of President Bouaka, the day it is reported that Daniel Sando is involved in corruption, I wouldn't have this job again. That's how you distinguish a good leader from a bad leader. Quincy asks why Gregor Como is the only person speaking about the fire incident at the police station and why the fire service boss is not speaking. We have to be mindful that these people, the security apparatus, they are all part of the joint security. Both the police and the DEA, they fall under the Ministry of Justice. Most of the logistical support that the DEA gets, the fire service gets, are provided by the police. When the fire incident the fire got to the Capitol building, it took the help of others to come to bring that situation under control. The next thing is that you have to know is that the investigation was a joint investigation. Gregor Como is not a firefighter, not a fire expert. The fact that he read a statement in the presence of the Director General of the Fire Service suggests that that statement was informed by the family from the fire service. It is a joint investigation. It doesn't matter who speaks. What is more concerning to Liberians is that they want to know who set the Capitol building in place. Because like I said, that is a seat of the Liberian democracy. We fought how many year war in the country? Which of the rebel faction went bring capital building down? Because all the fight were fighting over power, right? People burn the place you won't get back down. 14 years civil war, the capital building was never burned. And when a man of this agreement ensued, somebody go to set the place ablaze, it's unacceptable. So they need, when I say they, the people who are investigating, they need the moral support from the community. The government has put up a $5,000 reward for anybody who provide information, leading to the discovery of the culprit. The public has to be involved. The public has to be involved because the incident that occurred at Capitol building is an attack on the Liberian democracy. And as a government, we're not taking it lightly. Senior police officer inspecting our woman. Not a security man. When I came here, what the police asked me to say to you on the incident in Vonjama, what I said to you. As to why they were government inspecting, of course the police will carry on routine exercise. They will carry on routine exercise. And if you bear witness with me, police presence across the city center over the last couple of months have increased. At every major intersection you see police checkpoints. So it is part of the public safety mechanism that we're talking about. It's not meant to target anybody, but the police has a duty that each and every Liberian should feel protected by the action of the police. On that note, we want to commend the Minister of Labor, Honorable Cooper Crowd, for addressing this edition of the NICA press briefing. To you members of the press, we are forever appreciative to you for the work you do, expand the coverage of the press briefing. Today is Thursday and we take our regular weekend break to be back here on next Tuesday. The President has returned from the Republic of Ghana. We'll be looking forward to bringing more updates on media on Tuesday. Thank you very much.